Hey YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Flip Flap toy review. Today we're going to be taking a look at 2 sea-themed toys and 1 freshwater bird toy review. I think all of them are British Wildlife Collection toys. Let me just go ahead and grab the webcam here, by the ways. And before I can go ahead and take a look at the toys at the moment though, look at the weather here outside. It has gone bitterly cold outside today. Winter has finally arrived in the UK, and I think tomorrow will be the solstice, and then after the solstice, and then after when we head towards Christmas, I bet you what, the days are going to get longer, but also colder. Dun dun dun! But yes, let me just have a good look outside of the exterior range of what we can see at the moment now. Crikey, it's been chronically wet there outside, even though we have high pressure in our wings. Luckily enough, if we have high pressure, that might also mean there's cold, dry air. But we might also get some snow as well, though. Maybe, sleet. I don't know, but I hope this will be a fairly Merry Christmas overall. And let's not forget that Santa Claus here. Remember I did the video, which was some sort of... Remember I did the Christmas lights display? Those neighbours there, they've got the Christmas lights. So is those neighbours there, right at the fence, as you can see right over there. Yes, it's pretty amazing that we're starting to see some people putting up Christmas lights, as I did with that display video. That was quite amazing, wasn't it, eh? To me it was. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Flip Flap toys that we've got, eh? Going back to the layout with Trackmaster Proteus this time. And yes, once again, if you don't actually realise this, my video is now, it's been completely HD. Crikey. Mind you, the quality seems to be quite obsolete on my videos these days, but mind you, it is totally and utterly amazing. Okay, so our first product we're going to be taking a look at is the Flip Flap Origami British Wildlife Collection Mute Swan Juvenile Orphaned or Independent Adopted Feeding Group 12 Pack. Fun fact, mute swan juveniles leave parenthood during wintertime. Well, they actually take years when they turn into adults, so I suppose. 14 pounds. There's the back of the packaging, which looks like that. And it looks like they've got some spinach leaves being thrown down by the local humans, or the local dudes, or the local anthropomorphic critters like furries and whatnot, who have actually decided to give these swans a good nourishment of food. So yes, that's highly nutritious. And my floor on the carpet here has been dirty as I'm just filming next to the dunny. I don't know why. I often tend to show my dunny a lot though. Yes, that thing there, the toilet, dunny, or loo, whatever we're going to call it. But anyways, let's take a look at what these spinach leaves are going to be looking like first. I bet you what Papa the Sailor Man will love it, eh? Who remembers that old cartoon now? Can't do that because of, well, obviously I can't do impressions like that though anymore because I'm just done over with. I look like a dunce, but let's go ahead and take a look at the spinach. Looks quite interesting in contrast in colour here, eh? Looks fairly nice. But yes, they look quite abstract, but the whole abstractness is not too bad. And it's got like 2 different colour combinations of green. You have lime green, but also darkish regular green. Or maybe it's more like just a very different shade of green, I suppose, hey? It's not bright green, but it's more of a... I know that lime green is a bright green with some sort of yellowish influence, but the painting is... It's not that realistic, but that's all I could do. Looks fancy, I suppose, hey? And we've got train passing by. Looks like Trackmaster Proteus is passing by, of course. Let's go ahead and take a look at these swans. Okay, this is a juvenile mute swan. As you can tell, it's grey. Although I have heard that I have seen mute swans which are juveniles, but they also come in like, darkish grey, but also like, brown as well. I never knew that there were brown swans as well when they're juveniles. Never thought of looking at a real brown swan. Maybe I want to make another product of that in the future. different variations of the mute swan. Yes, it looks quite amazing, I suppose so. Yes, these birds used to be domesticated or semi-domesticated in history, and there was a variation called the Polish swan. But yes, it looks quite nice. But luckily enough, as we're living in today, as a country, you know, the UK being a country, I suppose for the fact that we don't often eat swans because most, if not all of the swans, have been fully protected because of the Queen. Did you know that? It's a very royal looking bird, and if one of the swans die out, or if all of the swans die out, well, the kingdom would fail in Britain. And, oh no! Not again! No! I just missed out a name for this juvenile mute swan. That is, oh crikey, that is appalling seeing that. But anyways, I'm just gonna give this bird a name. Pushka! Okay, with that pencil done. Yes, looks so much better, doesn't it, eh, when you have names, marvellous. And they've got the same dark brown beady eyes on both sides. Rocky, let me just take it in half. Close up frame. Yes, those eyes, they look pretty nice, eh? So is that one there. I mean, you can't fake or fault that look, eh? It's just a very nice looking bird. And also in colour contrast, if I have a look closely on the beak here, there's also a black knob on the middle between the head and also the beak. I've actually noticed that the beak is actually dark grey, like a sledge's, you know, a dark slaty grey. Almost approaching black, but not as black as what I would actually expect though. But nevertheless, this is actually quite an amazing set. Although the spinach leaves, okay, it's a bit mediocre. I mean, it's not the worst of all sets, but it's such a great Flip Flap product. I mean, we've already made loads and loads of Swan thing products, but I can't fault them. They're so good Swan products too, hey? They're all good in the hood. In fact, I'm pretty sure I haven't made any Swan thing products until today, since the last, 3 months. Clarkies. But anyways, let's move on to this, a very simplistic product. It's a Flip Flap Origami British Wildlife Collection, full size, A4, unedible crab, small Horde 5-pack. Is Horde even a word to describe a group of crabs? I don't know. As always, crabs do walk sideways. Why do they have... Oh my god, why in the bloody hell would these crabs have, like, serrated teeth on the front? Oh god, that is not very kid-friendly. It's like, there's a warning here. It makes sense, because it says, warning, joking acid, as not suited for those under 36 months ages. How weird is that for jarring reads like that on packaging? So I don't know. Mind you, I'm so impressed with my video quality improving, which is nice. And let's go ahead and do the unpacking, as always as per usual. Oh yeah. And we've got one more crab here. Yes, looks like crabby. Or is it Kingler? I don't know. Maybe it's like a mixture between the two crab Pokemons. I mean, why in the bloody hell would I even keep Pokemon-themed graphics on the crabs? Isn't that just a bit too boring and a bit blatant? And I thought, nah, it's not that boring. Well, I mean, they are good. Maybe I should do a 12-pack. That would be fairly nice, eh? And in fact, whenever I think of the edible crab, it's also known as the brown crab. I think maybe I should try and make those crabs browner and redder, just to represent their names. It's so nice that, do we really need as many crabs than what I would actually expect? Or do we really need that many crabs, though, in the Flip Flap universe? Well, yes I can, obviously, eh? Because maybe you can pretty much play this for the next summer on the upcoming year, I suppose, 2022. That's pretty awesome, this crabs. I mean, it's okay. I'll do better, eh? Actually, I've noticed something. Oh, why in the bloody hell is that crab? It looks like he's got an orange eye. It looks like they've been... Well, they are good, though. the paint job or the pencil job's okay, but the watercolouring on the face here, it's like they've got a very sore eye there. It's like they don't have, you know, the right refinement. The facial design is okay. There's no mouth there. There's always its usual crabs. But the problem is that, you know, the left eye or the right eye. I think this side of the eye here. If I have a look here, that might be the fault. That I think it's wrong there. And what I'm actually saying is that one of the eyes looks like it's got some sort of weird design there, and it's like they've been sloppied over. It's like if the painting is this one's better, I suppose. This is a much better crab, but obviously I think I can just see a bit of overspraying, as you can see on the eyes there. But this one here, it's not really that overspray, but there's a bit of over penciling, as you can see going on there. A bit of a very weird, kooky sort of facial expressions. Sometimes the eyes, they may vary. This is the only one. It looks like the eyes are. Looks like this one here has got very strange eyes. It's like it's pointing towards each other though. I don't know what it is. It's like they're pointing right in front of me, Or looks like it's looking down or pointing down all the time. I have no idea what that is, but maybe it's pointing in between on one location and the other. But this one here looks like it's a regular sort of eye design here, I suppose, no derpy eye action on those crabs. Well, maybe there is, but hopefully the audience can pretty much decipher on that one indeed. But I bet you what, it's actually not too bad for a set like this. Yeah, okay, so I mean, why do we need to make as many crabs though? I mean, I've already made so many crabs, so I know there's going to be like a big A4 12 pack, but why do I need as many crabs though? It's so absurd, but anyways, that will do, hey? And finally, well, I think it's one of the best products I've actually seen. It's this one here. Flip Flap Origami British Wild Collection once again. It's called the Atlantic Salmon. Oh, there's a bit of Christmas colorization going on here, eh? Oh, yes, I did say colour variations. School 12 pack. Yes, it's called the Atlantic Salmon Colour Variation School 12 pack. Without even thinking about these two words, having Christmas-like colours. Crikeys. £15 it costs. And there's a very strange looking, euphoric looking salmon. It's jumping on white water. How weird is that one, eh? And you've got the other salmons. I believe they're sea forms. And there's also, like, you know, different versions and forms of the salmon. And there's the back of the packaging, which looks like that. And look at that! This one here, that female looks like she's got derpy eyes. And look at that sea salmon nose. Like he's freaked out by that bloody spawning male. Okay, and I believe when salmon go from this to this, it's all about a life cycle, isn't it, eh? That's weird. It's like they're spy hopping like whales or dolphins. That's quite weird, eh? Those salmons. But yes, they can pretty much, you know, I know salmon's quite a popular looking food to eat. But the best thing about salmon is that they make the greatest of all migrations ever though, whenever they go upstream, you know, in Scotland, I suppose, or Alaska. But this is the Atlantic salmon. Okay, so they come in two different forms. You get the sea version and two genders of... There's two versions of the spawn forms. You get the male version and the female version. Now, I've noticed that in reality, the male has a very different pronunciation. I think the same with the females. I believe the male and the female have got a very different pronunciation on the heads. But cartoon-wise, it's not always the case. This is a male. There's no eyelashes on that one, or lipstick, so that easily gives us some sort of clue, without making Trackmaster Proteus roam over the, you know, the fish, eh? To be honest, whenever I think of spawned salmon like this, or colourful salmons like this, that's basically beautiful to watch, but it's also very saddening to see, because after their long, dramatic migration through torrents raging by, or even bears if you live in Alaska, yes. The problem is, one sad factor about salmon's breeding in rivers and stuff is that they can actually die after spawning. Now that's a very sad aspect there, but not all. I think the Atlantic salmon, I know all Pacific salmon die after spawning, but there is one thing I can actually relate to the Atlantic salmon. Obviously that's a male, so I'm just checking, double checking wisely, I suppose, eh? So we got 4 of these males, and what's quite strange is I've only got this amount of females. Which is quite embarrassing. I don't know where I put the 4th female Atlantic salmon. I don't know where it is, but maybe I need to look carefully there. I might have a look for it now, because I'm pretty sure. I wonder where I put that other salmon. Well, I don't know. Maybe I've missed out one salmon. But I don't know where it was, but it's strange. That's a bit perplexing, because I've got like 4 sea salmons, 4 of the male salmons, but I've only got 3, which really is baffling. I might have to make another salmon after making this video, which is a bit tiring and a bit, embarrassing because I want perfection. But yes, as you can see, it's upside down, eh? That's a female, as you can tell by the head and the lipstick. Like that, eh? But maybe I need to come back in another video's time. I might try and make another Atlantic salmon. It's like the same that I did back in June of 2021, where I had one of the salmons being missing in action. I need to come back after making this video. But anyways, we've also got some sea salmons there, as you can see there. They're grey with black, and there's also, I mean, look at that, it's got a very distinctive yellow eye. Here's the other side here too. Crikey, that looks pretty nice and beautiful. And hey, I really don't mind about these types of fish. Almost pretty certain that they almost sort of look like sea bass or sea bream, but they're not. Just a different species. Yes, a little bit quite sloppy though, because we're just missing a female fish. Maybe I need to come in and basically make another video about this. And obviously this is like my second time. I've only got 11 fish, which is not very good. But hopefully, if you really enjoyed in this whole video, as always, please do give this video a good like and subscribe for more Flip Flap videos in the future. And I'm sorry if I'm trying to miss out another salmon like I did in June. That's the second time that I did this sort of strange penalty that I've got at the moment though. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now. And I'm just starting to forage for the other salmon. Bye.